do have to go, but first I should probably teach you.
Ladies and gentlemen,
let's rock.
This is FanStream Sports.
Can I please have your attention? And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
The following program is recommended for mature individuals and may contain material unsuitable for morons, cretins, and dishwipes. If you are a moron, please turn off your radio, because we don't need any more stupid, narrow-minded, pencil-neck geeks who wouldn't know the First Amendment if it came up and bit them on the butt. Thank you.
Yes! Here we go!
I guess I want to take this opportunity to tell you a little bit about my pants.
Oh, yeah. Welcome into the Colby IndyCarTim show. And by the way, you need to go ahead and check out the guy that invented the crystal stick, because that video is hilarious. You learn more about his pants. I have Colby Sapp. The text line that you can get in on this, shit show is 214-937-0969. All part of the shit show is also the other guy in the title of this video and podcast. It's one IndyCarTim Ham. What's up, Tim?
Hello, podcast world. Nice to see you again. You didn't know I was going to throw that in there, did you?
I did. I sure did.
The entire video was amazing. It was amazing.
Just that whole, and at some point we'll have to play that for you. We've got a really good show, of course, because it's me and Tim, and we're going to do a lot of stupid shit.
What we do.
We've got some things we need to let you know is happening. Of course, good, bad, and ugly. We've got an update on Amelia Earhart. I never thought those words.
You like it.
They would form into a sentence, and I would actually give that to you guys, but that is something that's happening. News and notes. I've got a mystery shotgun, and of course we're talking sports.
You like it.
And all that implies. Oh, man, did I just use it?
Oh, you just said it.
Ticket reference?
All that implies, Colby.
All that implies. Man, this week has been an interesting week as far as the traffic around me is concerned. More has happened since last we talked. As I was on the way to go see my buddy Fathead.
Where's Pootie?
Oh, well, Pootie lives in like the swamps of Florida or something.
Oh, he does? He's not here?
No.
Pootie.
No, but I was on my way to go see Fathead, and driving down the road, there was about, maybe half a mile ahead of me, there was this white truck towing a trailer. And
say that 3 times really fast.
I don't know if I can. I made it through the first one, and we're good. And then a car got in front of me, and then I noticed a bunch of things happening in front of me that shouldn't be going on, like dust kicking up and things flying in different directions. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? Well, there was a lady in an SUV that I guess was trying to time out her crossing of the road. And she timed it out as soon as the white truck passes. I'm gunning it. White truck had a trailer. So she gunned it right into the trailer. Wham! And, of course, the truck and the trailer did the whole jackknife power bomb to itself. Ended up in the ditch, and everybody just started veering. Because this is,
Vera.
Yeah, this is your old 2 lanes over here, 2 lanes over there, big ditch in the middle type situation.
Not room for everybody.
Not room for everybody. So just everybody going in one direction or the other. So made it around, was slowing down, and of course I see the lady. She's fine. She's just in the state of shock behind the wheel, and I'm like, all right, cool. And also now everybody is now turning into Good Samaritans. Everybody's pulling over the side of the road, shooting a load into a lady at this point. I'm like, all right, cool. We've got like 15 cars that are all trying to go run and check on people. And I'm all right, cool. Let's check on these people. Cool. And so I get out, and there's a crowd around the lady. And the dude's gotten out of the truck. He's like sitting on the back of his trailer now. He's kind of pissed off.
I would be too.
Yeah, because he made it, but no, not really. And so everybody's fine. I'm like, everybody's cool? All right, cool. I'm getting back in the car and going. So I left out, but on the way back from the Fatheads,
that their actual last name?
No, it's
That'd be
not.
funny.
Not the actual. They're not their actual last name.
I am Bob Fathead.
You know what? But if you were to walk into his place of work and say, "Hey, Fathead," he's the only one turning around.
Awesome.
So at any rate, on the way back, I was like, "Whoa!" So like everybody from EMS shows up, like not just like an ambulance and a fire truck and a cop car. No, it's like every cop car, every fire truck they have, every ambulance, and the freeway is backed up to a house. You know, like it's damn wow. And as I'm watching this, I'm like, how many more wrecks are caused because of this one wreck? Like, because you walk over the hill and like, oh crap, we're all stopped. I wasn't expecting this. But it's one of those moments when I go back and I watch it, my brain happen. It's like, that truck got pretty high up in the air.
Did it launch?
To be connected to a trailer. And then at the end of it, for him to just get out and be like, man, my trailer's all jacked up. And it's like, dude, I saw you in your truck.
I saw you launch. I said lunch, not launch.
I saw you in your truck with your trailer dangling behind you higher than the horizon, right?
And he's worried about trailers messed up.
It's like, and you're okay. Somebody needs to go find out the exact model of this vehicle and just be like, we need to make all trucks like this.
I'm interested in the trailer hitch.
Right. Because it stayed connected. Now, yeah, so the lady's SUV was, the front end was wasn't there anymore.
Not okay.
No, it wasn't okay. That car wasn't moving on its own ever again. But then she was all right. So big head-on collision that crunched up everything there, and then she's just kind of walking around, and everything's cool. Dude,
Colby, some people in this world, and I've come to realize this in my 37 years that I've been on the planet.
No, I think it's been more than that.
My 42 years that I've been on the planet.
Dude, you need to keep adding. You haven't reached my age yet.
Dude, there are just some people, like, and I don't want to use the word stupid, right? Because I feel like that does a disservice to people who actually fall under that category.
Right.
That are so is that me?
No, it's you on my phone. I was sharing.
Okay. I sounded good, by the way. There are some people in this world that are so oblivious to the things around them, to their surroundings, to what's happening, to spatial organization, that stuff like that happens.
Right.
And I recognized this when I was younger, right? Like in school, I'm like, well, surely they're going to grow out of it.
No.
But then I became an adult, all 47 years. And I'm like, those were the same people I knew in school, and they're still like that. How are they alive? Like, people like that shouldn't be alive. They should have killed themselves by now. But the problem is they probably killed someone else instead and don't even know it.
Wow. And by the way, I just want everybody to know, in my story that actually happened in real life, nobody died.
No, but you know what I'm talking about.
Then Tim has taken that and put it into a rant. It's like, and stupid people kill all the time.
But they're not stupid. I like stupid people.
Right.
Clueless people are the people that I'm talking about. Anyway, I'm just saying, man, I've seen a lot of people like that. And those are the people that hurt other people.
Right.
And it's unfortunate.
So so there it is. By the way, in Mystery Shotgun, for those that are interested, I will be going over some of the things that I have heard and listened to and on the Vince McMahon saga. So if anybody's interested in that, I do have some thoughts on what's going on in the world of the WWE. So that will be a lot heading up. That'll be at the top of next hour. So if you're interested in that and want to hear my thoughts on what's going on, that will be that. On the other side of that, before I hand it off to you for what day is it, Tim, have you ever put a fruit roll-up on your penis?
If I said yes, would you think less of me?
No, I wouldn't.
I have not, Colby.
No, I wouldn't actually. So let's just say that particular thing was presented to you. Was presented as an option to me. let's just say I went ahead and followed through with it.
This is my second favorite Colby story after getting stabbed in church.
Yeah.
Sunday school.
Yeah. And now I will admit, I have never been the person that's been like, able to have a second bullet ready to go. Like the first bullet
To go more than one round?
Yeah, the first bullet fires and you're like, cool. And then like there's a time limit. Shooting a load into a lady. The greatest drop ever. There's a time limit to when I can initiate again. Well,
so you got to reload and regroup, right?
Right.
How long does that normally take?
That's a good. It could be next day.
Oh, wow.
Or it could be, if it could be, it's got to be at least like, I don't know, 30 minutes.
Okay, I was going to say 30 minutes is probably the norm. I don't know what Norm's time is.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez, Mayor.
So at any rate, no, I attempted this, and then things happened, and then I realized, I don't know if it's the sugar in the fruit roll-up or the mixture of the sugar and other things or whatever. But I was ready.
So here's Colby on the first round.
Right.
And then every subsequent round.
I'll tell you, at one point, I actually thought, should I call a doctor?
Because it's fruit roll-up time.
No, because you see the commercials about the ED fixer.
If your erection lasts longer than 4 hours, please consult a physician.
It's like, and I actually thought, should I? Because it's still here, still ready to go. Should I?
You should have just kept going.
No, that's what I did.
Okay, good.
That's what I did.
Make me proud.
But it was what the hell? So anyway, if you want to try a fruit roll up, go right ahead. What day is it, Tim?
Colby, I'm glad you asked. Today is Wednesday in the year of our Lord, 2024, January 32nd, first.
I don't know if you can bring him up after the segment.
Oh, that brings up a question, Colby.
What's that?
Do you think Jesus ever got an erection?
Tim?
Just asking, what's your viewpoint? You went to Sunday school.
I did. You know what my viewpoint is?
I think you did.
You know what I'm going to go with? Next question, Tim.
All right. Do you think Jesus ever used the erection?
You know, I almost used his name as a way to try and get out of talking about this particular conversation.
It's the greatest segment in the history of the show.
It is not the greatest segment. Okay. Because he was a human, you want to get into actual things. Because he was a human, and it says that he went through the same trials just because he was Jesus and was able to get through them. Then probably at that point, some of those things probably did happen.
Kind of what I'm thinking. But he was like never obviously married.
But he was, of course, because of being Jesus, he was above that.
He was a perfect specimen of a human being like Adam and Eve were.
So maybe it was full mental control. And just like
he had a perfect erection.
The fact that we're still here talking about this makes me want to strangle you.
I kind of want to know more.
What day is it, Tim?
Oh, yeah. In the year of our Lord, 2024. Colby, today. Colby disappeared down under the table. In honor of this conversation, Colby, today is National Hell is Freezing Over Day.
Of course it is.
Bundle up and get cozy by a roaring fire as we celebrate this freezing holiday. Because it's not. I don't know. Colby, is it also National Hot Chocolate Day? You okay down there?
I'm fine.
National Hot Chocolate Day. Colby's gone. Colby, it is. God, I'm so close to this. It's not comfortable anymore. appreciate your Social Security check day. Think Jesus drank Fireball? Think you ever turned to that water to Fireball instead of wine?
I'm back.
Are you?
Yes.
Is that erection gone yet?
No, it's been what? No, we weren't talking about. No.
Colby, it is also National Backwards Day. Better check while you're down there. It's a National Backwards Day. What are we supposed to do on National Backwards Day? Put your hat on backwards, Colby. Like I do all the time. It's better that way. You look like Tony Romo. Blue 42. You think he ever did a what was her name? The chick that he dated? Jessica Simpson?
Think he ever did?
Think he ever diddled Jessica Simpson?
You know what? I'm going to go with I don't know because it was. You know what? I don't know.
Cop out.
I don't know. Right?
Cop out, Colby.
If I was in that spot, would I have diddled Jessica? Yes.
I thought we were going to get edgy, Colby, tonight. You're talking about erections and Jesus.
You were the one making the correlations to that. See, I was getting edgy. I talked about fruit roll-ups for a little bit. And then
See, I thought we were going there.
Yeah, no, that was as far as we were going.
So the equivalent of that in the first century would have been like pouring wine on your pee-pee.
Why are we?
Colby, it's National Backwards Day.
Yes.
Oh, we've already been there. Colby, it is National. Have you ever had one of these? Because it's one of my favorite drinks of all time. National Brandy Alexander Day. You like the Brandy Alexander?
What is she saying?
It's like anything Jessica Simpson does.
Okay.
It's like an adult chocolate milkshake, kind of. It's got brandy in it, of course.
So it's kind of like a dark Russian.
Yeah, but it's frozen. It's typically frozen.
What?
Yeah, it's really good.
Okay, no, I don't. I mean, I wouldn't want that, but
No, you would. You'd like it, especially you have like 40 of them in a row.
just give me the brandy.
In a room full of your naked coworkers playing naked Twister. I mean, I guess. I'm
Talking
speculating.
about my current coworkers because I don't want to.
No.
You and Johnny in there. That is the orange button. No, it is between two pillows.
Colby,
No.
in what is possibly the worst day that has ever existed.
Has that happened?
No, this is, I don't know why this exists. This is by far, out of all the days we've ever discussed on this show in the decades that we've been doing this segment, this is my least favorite day because it is National Eat Brussels Sprouts Day.
There's nothing wrong with Brussels sprouts.
They're little testicles,
They're
but they're gross.
little cabbage heads that pretty much.
Is that what it is, cabbage?
I mean, that's what I equated to.
Oh, no, they're just. But the throw up is talking about.
Wait.
Oh, they're so gross. My eyes are watering right now.
Okay, my favorite way to do Brussels sprouts. Favorite way.
Is when you wrap it around your penis.
No, you get them in, cut them in half. So you make testicle halvesies, right? And then put them on a roasting pan with a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of salt and pepper. Maybe if you're crazy, you drop a little liquid smoke at the bottom. And then,
Do not waste liquid smoke on Brussels sprouts.
oh, they're really good.
Okay, so the picture that they depict here of Brussels sprouts looks very much like what you just described. And I will show you.
They got little burnt edges and such on them.
You tell me if this looks like something you would eat.
Yes.
No!
I eat the whole bowl right now.
I will give you mine. I will give you my testicles.
Just don't wait until no. Just don't wait till they get cold. They have a different flavor when they're cold.
But it's all bad.
No, it's not. It's really not. It's not as bitter as spinach. Basically, what it is.
Mm. Like cooked spinach or fresh spinach?
No, like cooked spinach, like canned spinach, not like your right. I did that once because I thought it'd make me stronger.
But instead, you just use the fruit roll-up.
F you, Popeye.
Colby, it is also,
Don't mark that.
that's what olive oil said.
Mark it.
Colby's National Gorilla Suit Day. I feel like we should have done you should have been wearing a big Brussels sprout, and I should have been wearing a big gorilla suit.
If we can find a big Brussels sprout costume, one is just like, it's a Brussels sprout, and you just have like the cartoon Mickey Mouse hands coming out of there.
And googly eyes for the face.
No, sunglasses. Kind of like the California raisins, except it's the Colby and Tim Brussels sprout.
Are raisins really that different from Brussels sprouts?
Yes, they're a lot different.
Those gross.
You don't like dried grapes?
No. Nature's candy, my ass.
I mean,
Dumbest
yeah.
thing I ever heard. Especially when you top them off of celery and peanut butter.
Ants on the log, man.
So disgusting, dude. Just the thought of that makes me gag a little bit.
Ain't nothing wrong with ants on the log.
Colby, it's National
Right about it, but ain't nothing wrong with it.
Grammy Awards Day. We got the Grammys coming up.
No, I haven't heard anybody. Well, maybe so because,
The Grammys coming up.
but I
this
haven't
week.
heard the annual clip of Eminem talking about why he hates the Grammys. So
We will. Maybe we'll play it
Okay.
Monday. I think the Grammys are this week. We got a new Grammy talk. Who's worthwhile? Who's not? Is James Spader going to win a Grammy for anything?
Right.
You know what I mean?
They can give a damn about a Grammy.
Great. Colby, and then in the category of what in the hell, why do we need this? I don't understand. It is National Hug an Economist Day.
Like, okay.
The economy.
So, but you're just going to hug an economist.
But why? What'd they ever do?
What does an economist do?
Well, an economist, I don't know.
Okay.
But an economist, it's like numbers people with the economy.
Yeah, but no, but what do they actually do? That?
The economy.
They do the economy.
The economy. What does
If I go put my car in eco mode, am I now an economist?
You're an eco-modest.
Does somebody need to hug me?
Colby, an economist conducts research, prepares reports, and evaluates issues related to monetary and fiscal policy. What?
Okay, I'm going to ask you my
My
question.
boner just went away.
I'm going to ask you my question again. What does an economist do?
Those things I just said.
I don't think those things you just said are a
You
thing.
need to go find one and hug them right now with a big Brussels sprout between your legs.
If you're an economist, comment down below or send a text or
We want to
something.
hear from you.
We want to know what you think you do.
What the hell do you do for a living?
Does anybody know what the hell I do for a living? I'm an economist. Then no. The answer is no, Jim. Nobody knows what you do.
And then Colby, my son Eli, my 15-year-old, he's, by the way, when I get home, and he's probably listening right now, as soon as I get home, his pants are going down, and he's getting a belt.
Oh,
As soon as I get home.
okay.
Sorry, I had to save it. And I haven't given him the belt since he was like 5. And he's 15 now, and he's getting the belt. I am raging as a parent right now.
Are you going to say what he did?
Should I?
I don't know. You're the one that brought it up.
All right, so there's no eating and drinking allowed in your room. Which sounds weird for a 15-year-old, but he's abused it, right? He doesn't know how to take dishes back to the kitchen. So I will literally be doing dishes. I'm like, we've got one fork. Where are all the forks? And then I go to his room. Oh, they're all under his bed.
Okay.
Been dealing with this for 10 years. Last night I'm doing dishes. Eli, I'm missing like 10 cups and like 5 plates. If I go in your room, am I going to find them? Nope, I don't know. Okay, fine. I didn't look. Did the dishes this morning. Went in to wake him up for school. Guess what I found? 10 cups, 5 plates, spoons, stuff on his windowsill that was rotted into the windowsill. It used to be food. Yeah. So Eli, you're in a lot of trouble when I get home. I scared the crap out of him texting him too. I cussed at him on text. But I lead up to this because today, then I got mad at him twice because I said, you made me cuss at you on National Zebra Day. The zebra is his favorite animal. He's had baby zebras, plush zebras his entire life growing up. Everything's been about a zebra.
I'm glad you saved it without also the plush zebra.
Yeah. So I said, you made me yell at you on National Zebra Day. Now it's gone too far.
Because that's the news and note stories.
Oh, for the love of God, he's in so much trouble. Hope I'm drunk when I get home. Then Colby 2 left as we have National Seth Day.
Okay.
You know someone named Seth, go ahead and, I don't know, give him a hug and
ask them if they're an economist.
Call him an economist. And finally, Colby, maybe the greatest day that's ever existed, as it is National Scotch Tape Day.
The worst of the tapes.
Oh, I disagree.
It's the worst of the tapes.
I think it's the best of the tapes.
The tapes, the actual tape that can't actually do a whole lot except for that one day a year when it's Christmas wrap present time. I said that sentence so messed up, I want to try it again. It's wrapping Christmas presents time. There we go.
I don't even use it for Christmas presents because I don't do Christmas, but Scotch tape is the best tape.
Yo, 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 I'm Chris Rapp's presents time. It's my hip hop name.
Boy! Wait, what was that dude's name that we talked about?
Riff Raff.
That just went, no, the guy that, like, that was his gig. Was that him that just went on other people's songs and went, yeah, oh, yeah. Who was that?
No, that was, holy crap, my brain.
It's his birthday, like, last week or something.
My cabinet is
bad.
Broken. Yeah.
Now you sound like Macho Man Savage.
Oh, yeah. That guy, what's his effing? Okay, fine.
All right, Colby. I like Scotch tape. I like to make funny faces with it. Put it on my ding dong and see what happens.
Lil Jon.
Yeah, not Little John from Robin Hood.
Right.
But
No.
Lil Jon.
No.
I don't get it.
That was amazing. You need to hear some Lil Jon.
I just don't get it.
So that was what day it is. Now it's time for us to effortlessly and seamlessly.
I'm trying to
I'm trying to cover up your trying is what I'm trying to do. As we effortlessly and man,
what did you say?
That word.
Effortlessly.
Effortlessly. That's my effortless test. Segue into our sports report.
Oh God, you're gonna make me do it, aren't you?
I gave you enough time.
No, look, I'm trying to do something here. It's the sports report on the Colby IndyCarTim show. So, Colby,
I thought it had music.
Oh no, I can't play. Well, it should, but they don't. Okay. I usually have to play those. Oh, here, I'll play this. Shots fired. And so what I'm trying to do is find my notes for this segment, Colby, because we have a historic, or if you prefer, an historic losing streak in the NHL that applies to a bunch of sports. As the Chicago Blackhawks.
Careful when you say that name.
Blackhawks.
I still
right? Chicago.
Still remember Sean, producer for KNC.
Hudgens?
The Hudgy Bear.
Hudgy Bear.
Having real trouble with Blackhawks. Man, he put that C in the wrong spot.
See, you can't do that.
Had to dump himself.
He dumped himself?
And
I mean, I've diddled myself. I don't know if I've ever dumped myself.
I remember hitting the floor as soon as it happened.
We're all drunk.
Sean Hudgens. Was he out in California now, right?
Yes.
I like Sean.
For love.
Is that why he went with his chick? Was she Vietnamese or something? She's pretty. I didn't know what she was. I wasn't being racial. I just don't remember what she was.
Yeah.
She was of the Asian variety. I think she was Vietnamese, I think. She's very pretty girl. Very nice girl. So Colby, the Chicago Blackhawks.
Variety? That's what you went with?
What are you supposed to say?
Nothing, Tim!
I mean, that's
Nothing!
the most respectful word I can think of.
No, you just like, yeah, because I left it as he went to California for love. And you're like, oh, I've got to really harp on.
No, but he got married, right?
Yes, for love.
But I was trying to remember his wife's name, and I couldn't. But I was like, the Asian one, which is what she was. But I wanted to be respectful and say where she came from, and then I couldn't remember. I hate America. I love you, Sean. I really do. I promise. You're my favorite.
Variety.
My favorite ex-producer that married a
Shut up.
Californian.
There we go. There we go. Just shut up.
She's from California, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I said. I like them Californians.
Oh, God. We're all going to die.
Colby, the Chicago Blackhawks. I'd probably try to enunciate properly. Have an or a, whatever you prefer, historic losing streak on their hands right now. You pay attention to the NHL. You pay attention to the NHL other than the Stars?
No.
They're Stars.
No, I don't.
This is Shane Churla of the Dallas Stars. Remember Shane Churla?
Yeah.
A little rattled right now. Sorry. So Colby, they are on a 20-game road losing streak.
That seems like a lot.
Because it is.
Okay.
Their last road win was November 9th to the Tampa Bay Rays, whatever they're called.
Lightning?
I think I would know that. Oh, sorry. I'm going baseball. I've been talking a lot of baseball, okay? Yes, the Tampa Bay Lightning, sorry.
Has anybody seen my baseball?
Have you seen my baseball? Is it in California?
I mean, the way you're going throughout this whole show, see if there's anybody else that we can offend real quick. So I'll just throw in a movie quote that could offend somebody else.
Yeah, you threw it out there, not me.
Sweet. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe to take some of the heat off of you later.
So yes, November 9th was their last road win. And during this time, they've had several opportunities they could have broken the streak. And the reason I'm talking about this, because I want to talk about sports luck. We talk about sports luck, right? Like sometimes when you go on these streaks, whether it's a football team winning or, even things that happen like in an AFC or NFC championship game, a lot of it's luck.
Okay, right.
And they have been maybe the unluckiest team on the road during this streak because listen to these opportunities they've had. Let's see. On November 12th, which would have been the very next road game they had at the Panthers, they were tied 3-3 entering the third period. The Panthers scored with 3 seconds left in the game. December 23rd against the Blues, they led 5-2, did the Blackhawks.
Yep.
With 13 minutes left in the game. That turned into one of the most inexcusable, painful meltdowns in NHL history as they ended up coughing up the lead and losing 6-5. Which means the Blues scored 4 goals in those 13 minutes in the third period. Against the Stars, December 29th, they led 2-1 and were 2 minutes from winning the game before the Stars scored 2 goals in those 2 minutes to win the game, avoiding even overtime. January 5th at New Jersey, they led 1-0 with 4 minutes left in the game. Coughed up the lead. January 11th at Winnipeg, the Jets. They led 1-0 with 3 minutes left in the game. Coughed up the lead. This past Saturday at Calgary, they dominated the game, led 5-2 with 4 minutes and lost in overtime. So when you talk about, and listen to this. In those 20 games on the road, they have been outscored 86-29.
That seems like that's not good.
That's a lot, right? So you got to go back 30 years for another team that lost 20 games in a row on the road. That team was the 92-93 Senators, by the way, which was an expansion team.
Right.
And expansion teams back then did not have the benefit of the draft the way it's set up now for expansion teams, right? Like you had Las Vegas as an expansion team. You had Seattle as an expansion team that you can pick from some of the best players from around the league, right?
Right.
That is not how it was back when the Sharks, the Lightning, the Senators, when they all came into the league. You basically were the last team to pick.
Right.
That's how they gave it to you. So
that's how it should be.
That's how it should be. The 92-93 Senators lost their first 38 road games in franchise history. Yeah, 38 road games. But
That
again,
seems like a lot.
they were a bad team because they were an expansion team.
Right.
The Chicago Blackhawks won the Stanley Cup a couple of years ago.
They did.
So the reason I talk about this, again, I'm just talking about sports luck, but I am happy to say that the Stars are still good, and they haven't lost 20 games in a row on the road.
Is that what we're going by? You're good if you don't do that?
I mean, you're not bad, right?
Because, you're not the worst.
Just 16 other teams in league history have lost 20-plus consecutive road games, and they all came before 1970. The majority of them did. Back when there was way less teams in the league. We added the expansion in 67 that brought us, I don't know, the North Stars, the Flyers, a ton of teams.
You set this kind of record, right? Luck or no luck. You set this kind of record. It's time to go fire the coach, right? Like right now.
Something is wrong.
You have to go. People need to be fired at this point. You're not just going to go rip through players. You might bench a couple of people, but yeah, if you've got a title of coach during this, you won't have that title for long. At least if I had anything to do with it.
No, it's at some point it becomes embarrassing, I think. Because if you look at the standings, I don't know. Or Chicago's still in the league. Maybe they let them all go.
Right.
Chicago is last in the Central Division.
You don't say.
With a record of 14-34-2.
That's not good.
105 goals for, 177 against, which means their goal differential, Colby, is minus 72.
See,
they're not just bad on the road.
Well, obviously not. They've got a total of 14 wins.
They got 30 points when the division leader, Colorado, by the way, they're in the Stars division. I didn't even realize that. In the Central. The Avalanche lead the Central with 67 points. You have 30. By the way, your Stars second in the division with 66 points.
Just one behind.
The Jets 65 points. And then it's everybody else like 10 plus points behind the top three. But yeah, at some point, you're looking for a culture change, right? Like even within an NHL season, I don't care what you did last year, and I don't know what the Blackhawks did last year. I don't care if you won the Stanley Cup last year. At this point of the season, with a culture like that, you're making changes, right?
Yeah, well, no.
You're probably trading somebody to make a point.
I will say if this came off of you winning the Stanley Cup, then you can do whatever you want for the next year.
Give me a year pass.
Yeah, you get a year pass. If you want to go do good, do good. If you all want to just go on a year's worth of a party and nobody actually concentrate, as a fan, I'm not going to be all right with it, but I'm also going to be like, yeah, but I still remember holding up the Stanley Cup, so you got to pass. But yeah, if you didn't do that, then you're doing no. If your name is coach or your name is any of the players that are on this team, besides of course any young guy that's good, you just want to save him from whatever else the hell's going on.
Yeah.
And yeah, everybody else fired.
Let's get into a little bit of Dallas Cowboys talk.
Oh, good.
Before we take our first break.
I'm immediately intrigued and also halfway out.
Out of the conversation?
The football's still going on, but Cowboys aren't. So, I'm used to this point of the season. It's just like, now we get to go back to try and kindling everybody's hopes and dreams just to watch it all come flying the fuck apart at the end of the season.
Because that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, I mean, that's what history tells us.
God, I swear to God. That's what I get for. Okay, here we go. Colby, I want to go over the 4 worst roster decisions made by the Cowboys in 2023. This comes to us from the Landry Hat, and I normally don't cite other outside entities, but
you thought this was really good.
This is how I feel, because I wrote a piece almost identical to this a couple of weeks ago at CowboysSI.com,
right,
with the same exact moves. So there are 4 specific things that happened during 2023, starting with the draft, that you could look back and say they should have done this or they shouldn't have done this.
Right.
All right. Number 1, it starts in the draft, taking Mozzie Smith over tight end Sam Laporta. Mozzie Smith has been nothing but a disappointment this season.
Right.
He has struggled to get into the lineup. He improved a little bit as the season went on.
He did.
And I think the only reason, though, that he was in the lineup late in the season was because he was their number 1 pick.
Also because you had an injury at that position.
And you had injuries. But if everybody was healthy, there was no way he was going to see the field.
Okay.
Look what Sam Laporta did in Detroit.
I mean, Laporta, yeah, that was right. But
and look who the Cowboys got at tight end.
Schoonmaker couldn't really get on the field very much because of how good Ferguson was doing. So I don't think Laporta was the answer.
Laporta's better than Ferguson. I don't think there's any question.
Okay. All right.
For me.
All right. So even if there's not, you get a little bit better with Laporta. I'll grant you that.
Well, and you don't take Schoonmaker in the draft, who's going to be a miserable failure.
I wouldn't have taken Schoonmaker.
Right. We talked about that.
And I also wouldn't have taken Laporta.
I would have taken Laporta.
Mainly because going into the draft, I was like, Fergus shot. These guys look pretty good.
As a collective, yeah.
And then Ferguson, of course, looked like he did and turned into, one of your better Cowboy offensive weapons.
Maybe my favorite Cowboy right now.
Right. So I didn't want Sam Laporta. I also didn't want Schoonmaker.
Yeah.
I was okay. Was it who I wanted with the first round pick? Was it Mozzie? No. Have I every year begged for get somebody with a huge ass to stick in the middle of this line? Please.
Yeah.
Yes, I've always wanted that. So
it's not happening.
So the fact that they did that, that's what made me okay with it. Was I think this was the greatest pick? No. Do I think it was the most awful pick? No, I do not. Maybe takes him a year or two.
This draft of the Cowboys, when you go in depth,
I don't think you needed somebody that takes a year or two.
Not at number 1.
I'm just saying, you probably needed to get an instant impact player at whatever position.
And that's what he was supposed to be. That's what Smith was supposed to be.
Well,
and he wasn't.
He was not.
Number 2, Colby, not signing wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins when he was available.
I don't think wide receiver was our.
I love the Brandon Cook signing.
Yeah.
I'm a Brandon Cooks guy. But they are different wide receivers, right? Cooks is a speed guy, a smaller guy. He was brought in to be the guy that just outruns everybody down the field, and Dak hits him for the bombs, right?
Right.
For some reason, that never happened. Hopkins is more of almost like a CD Lamb guy, right? Where he can go across the middle. He can be your 12-yard out on third down, your 12-yard in on third down, your slant guy, whatever. And nothing against CD Lamb. I don't think CD Lamb had a lot of help at the position.
No, he didn't. He also, CD went off. I think if you were to get Hopkins and have Hopkins and CD, I wonder how much of the actual, passing tiers would end up being running about the same routes. Like you would have CD going across the middle, but then you'd also want to have Hopkins doing the same thing. I don't know how much variety that would allow an offense to have. But again, at the first of the season, all you're wanting to do is these short routes. So you might as well get masters of the short routes and to get opens. And that would be CD and Hopkins. So I don't know, maybe I just changed my mind mid-sentence, and I don't know what to do right now.
Colby, number 3, Ezekiel Elliott. I'm not talking about releasing him because there was no other alternative. You had to release him in the offseason. You could not pay him $25 million that he was due.
Right.
I'm talking about not bringing him back after the season started because clearly running back was a shortfalling for you. Pollard was coming, and again, nothing against Pollard, but we know what Pollard is, right?
Yeah.
The Cowboys wanted him to be Ezekiel Elliott, and he's not, and he was coming off of that broken leg.
Right.
So, again, we already knew he wasn't. I did. I said it all along. He's not an every down back. I've been saying that for 2 years. Everybody's like, get rid of Zeke. We got Pollard. But not bringing Zeke back. By the way, he signed with the Patriots for $3 million.
Right.
You had $3 million to pay a running back.
You did.
That would have kept.
If you would have said, Zeke, I know they offered you 3. You want to come back here for 5?
They had that too. So that's my number 3 biggest roster blunder in 2023. Because I think Zeke, especially late in the season, would have made all of the difference. Even if he was 2022 Zeke, right? Just getting tough yards. If he averaged 3 yards a carry, I don't care. You know what that would have done? Freed Pollard up to be Pollard.
Right.
And you would have had the old Pollard back potentially. Out of the backfield, catching passes, which for some reason they abandoned in 2023. I don't know why. Colby, number 4. It's not so much of a roster thing, but it's your head coach. And I say number 4 because it's the 4th one I'm coming to in my top 4, but to me, it's number 1, sticking with Mike McCarthy as your coach. This was a historic offseason for coaches, for available coaches. Never again, and we've talked about it before, never again will we see that collection of head coaches available at the same time. Jerry had his pick.
He did.
And you decided to go, and I see why he did. It's hard to argue statistically with not retaining McCarthy. But if what you tell everybody is true, that all you care about is winning in the playoffs and winning a Super Bowl, McCarthy's had 4 years to prove he can do it, and he's done nothing but fail. How many more years do you want to give him? Apparently, Jerry wants to give him 1 more year.
And I don't have a lot against Mike McCarthy as far as a coach. I know there's some nitpicky things to do. There's some things to call out about, and we can go there, but they're just about every coach that of every team, the fandom watching it will pull their hair out in certain situations. Realize that there are people in Pittsburgh that really would like Tomlin fired, like one of the better coaches that we have in this league, that they really want him gone. So
if I'm a Steelers fan, I'd be one of them, by the way.
Right. And I don't understand you either.
Okay. We can talk about that another time.
Right. I'm not going to get into that. I was wanting to point that out as how wild is that, but apparently it's not as wild as I thought.
No, I think it's appropriate.
But what I do not like is the fact that you have a lame duck head coach. Throw him out there. And this is not the quarterback play where the quarterback's like, yeah, I'm just going to gamble on myself for this next contract.
It's different.
This is different when it already seems like in the Dallas Cowboys that the head coach doesn't have any power, and that the last coach to have power was like Bill Parcells.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody else, there's like the one before that was Jimmy Johnson. Everybody else didn't really have
Puppets.
the head coach power, right? And Mike McCarthy seemed like for a little bit that maybe he had a little bit because he had some skins on the wall that he could go point at,
right?
And Jerry would have to understand. Well, now that he is the lame duck, he doesn't have it anymore. And what little he had is now gone. And if you think that's somehow going to fix the undercurrent of sewage that smells with this Dallas Cowboys team, if you think that having him with no power is going to make that better, then you're wrong. And Jerry's going around being quoted as like, oh, we're going all in 2024. What the hell does that mean, Jerry?
We've heard that before.
Yes, but no. Specifically,
right,
with what's going on with how much money's owed here and there, and all the rumors about, which by the way, there's rumors even about like Derrick Henry is training in Dallas and he might be a Dallas Cowboy. You know what? If Derrick Henry ends up being a Dallas Cowboy next season, I will take a hat of mine.
Put a fruit roll up on your penis.
I will cut it into pieces, and I will try my best through an entire show to eat it. Swear to God, if Derrick Henry somehow ends up being a Dallas Cowboy next season, I will, not figuratively, but literally try to eat a hat.
You put hot sauce on it?
I'm just going to chew on it because there's no way I'm going to be able to actually break it up enough to swallow it, but I will chew on a hat for the whole show.
Colby, real quick before we go to break on this topic, Mike Tomlin.
Yeah.
Mike Tomlin arrived to the Steelers in 2007.
Yep.
Upon the retirement of Bill Cowher, of course.
Mm-hmm.
2007, you lose in the wild card. 2008, you win the Super Bowl. 2009, you win the Super Bowl. 11 out in the wild card. 14, so 12 and 13, you missed the playoffs. 14 while out in the wild card. 15 out in the division. 16 out in the conference championship, lose to the Patriots. 17 out in the wild card. Don't make the playoffs in 18 or 19. 2020, losing the wild card. 21, losing the wild card. 22, missed the playoffs. 23, out in the wild card.
Right.
So his second and third seasons, he wins the Super Bowl.
Right.
Since then, it's been Dallas Cowboys. So when Steelers fans who claim to have a higher standard, just like Cowboys fans, that's why Steelers fans are out on Mike Tomlin. By the way, not a losing season the entire time he's been there.
Nope.
Not one losing season.
And when you get to hear about all the different personalities and all the things that were going on in those locker rooms.
It was with Roethlisberger.
With everybody that's in there.
Yeah.
I mean, a Steeler leaves and he goes to another team, and then the other team's like, this guy is insanely crazy, and I don't know how anybody could deal with him.
Antonio Brown.
Yeah. What is the Chase, whatever his name is now, that was in Tampa that they wouldn't even let on the field?
That was Brown, right?
No, there's another. Yeah.
No, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. Where's like what? One eye black.
Yeah. He's out.
Yeah. So I mean, and then you look at their roster. I mean, you look at their roster besides the defense, which, by the way, they lost the wild card round without a quarterback, and they probably would have maybe won that game if they had TJ Watt for that game.
But they didn't.
No, they didn't. But I'm saying, if you can take that Steelers team and have a winning record with Huzafa as quarterback, then.
But again, It goes back to like we talk about in Dallas. We don't care about what your record is in the regular season. We want not even playoff wins. We want Super Bowls.
Yeah, but they're not Dallas, so go away.
Because they have more Super Bowls, Colby. By the way,
I don't care about them. They should be happy.
I'm just telling you, that's why Steelers fans are out on Mike Tomlin. Because again, year 2 and year 4, he won the Super Bowl. Since then, Bupkis. Dick Butkus.
You think they say Bupkis in Pittsburgh?
They say a lot worse than that.
Okay.
Actually, I think that's probably where the word originated. Anyway, I'm just saying. Okay, we're 30 minutes late for our first break, so let's do that.
All right, so coming up next, we might do the good, bad, and ugly. We might do mystery shotgun, or we might just already be doing news and notes by the time this break's over. I don't know. We'll be back.
Hello, sports fans.
FanStream Sports.
Hi, golfers. IndyCarTim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there.
All right, guys, time to talk a little bit about turf life. You've seen the hats on our heads. You've been or seen the video of the studio. You've seen that the decals are all over the place. Turf life. Man, it's the brand that salutes the consumer and industry players everywhere whose lives involve turf. What does that mean? It means if you play or have a business or, maybe you're a sports educator, you're going to be on turf at some point. So you live the turf life. So go ahead and tell everybody you live the turf life by having your turf life window decal or, the hat or the keychain or the something. Along that lines, just go to turflifeclub.com and become a turf head. That's what it's called when you live the turf life. You're now a turf head. And you can go join the club today, snag that window decal, or snag any other special Turf Life accessories, and go over there to that website, which is turflifeclub.com, and get your stuff and show everybody that, man, I'm all about that turf life. And then you just kind of raise your coffee mug at them and go, yeah, turf life, baby. That's what it's about. And then that's the end of the commercial. Ding. That means it's done in microwave talk.
Hey, listeners, make sure you check out the brand new FanStream Sports in-studio text line. You can reach us during any of our live shows or 24/7 at 214-937-0569. That's 214-937-0569. Text us 24/7, day or night, and we'll reply to you and make you part of the show.
Coming back at you. Now, more FanStream Sports.
Welcome back to the Colby IndyCarTim show right here on FanStream Sports on Hump Day.
What up?
Never really knew what that meant.
It's Wednesday. It's the hump. You're getting over the hump of the day.
No, and the first time I ever heard Hump Day was in high school, like freshman year at Marcus. And some chick that my best friend was interested in, Stacy. That was back when we'd all pass notes, right, to each other in between classes. That's how we communicated.
Do you like me? Yes or no?
Check yes or no. So she gave me like this to begin the day. Like she gave me this note. I get to class, open up, and it said Happy Hump Day. And I'd never freaking heard that before in my life. And I'm like, does she want to have sex with me? Like immediately, that's where my mind went, like humping. Yes, 14-year-old Tim was horny. Kind of like 42-year-old Tim is right now. But so Hump Day.
Still picking ages younger than me.
All right, 43, whatever. So like, I still think of that when I hear Hump Day. And I'm like, oh yeah, that means we're going to have sex. It just confuses me. But it means like the hump of the week, right? Because it's the middle of the week. You go up, and now you're on the way down.
Yeah. It's all downhill from here, Tim.
See, I like my definition better.
It's Wednesday. It's sex day. Let's go.
Colby, from now on, every time we do a show, when I do, what day is it?
It's just Happy Sex Day.
Colby, today is National Sex Day.
Because it's Wednesday.
It doesn't matter what. Every day is Happy Sex Day. It is what it is. And speaking of Sex Day,
it's It's what happens before 9 months before somebody has a birthday.
See?
So
I'd
there
have
you go. There's that. As this is the good, bad, and ugly. This is the segment where I go through all the people that are born today, find the people that are famous enough to make a list, make that list, then offer them up to you, along with me and Tim, so we can decide who is the good person, who is the bad person, and who is the ugly person. Starting off today, Tyler Seguin. Seguin.
Or as everyone pronounced his name when he first got to Dallas, Seguin.
I was trying to use that.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember it.
Seguin. Well, because there's a Seguin, Texas.
Right.
That's spelled just like that.
He's 32.
Is he still a good?
I mean,
I feel like he should be better.
yes, I'd like for him to be better as far as scoring, as far as moving. I mean, when he got here, it's like, oh man, we got the god of hockey.
Because Boston gave up on him, but he was really young still, like super young still.
Ernie Banks, his birthday was today. He passed away in 2015.
Colby, Ernie Banks, Sesame Street, roommate of Bert.
No.
Oh.
No, he was a
Oh,
guy.
baseball.
He played baseball.
Wait, how old?
He
Or died when?
2015.
Wow, he was old too.
Minnie Driver, 54 years old.
Hot?
I mean, used to was. I don't know about now.
You don't think she's hot anymore? Have you seen her recently?
I said I don't know about now.
No, either. All right. Keep going. I'll look.
I remember Minnie Driver being, like, oh, hey, Minnie Driver's in that. That means
my
I'm not
God.
watching it.
Colby.
Uh-oh.
Jesus Christ.
Dear.
Jesus Christ in a fruit roll up.
No, let's not.
Colby.
Don't mix those two together, sir.
I almost pooped my pants just now. I'm telling you right now. Minnie Driver might be hotter now than she was. Oh my God.
What?
Should I put this on the screen?
I mean, go ahead. If you think that you're about to, wow me with Minnie Driver
I'm about to
picks.
do something with Minnie Driver picks.
Okay. Minnie Driver. This is a good, bad, and ugly.
Okay, so what movies do you know her from?
Don't.
You just know her as an
Yeah.
actress or whatever?
Yeah.
We attempt to put Minnie Driver on the screen. At the age of what?
54.
Okay, so she's 10 years older than me.
No, you're same age.
I mean, part of the hotness is she's just showing everything.
I can't. No, I don't. Nope. I'm going to go with no.
Really?
I'm going to go with no.
So the only reason I go with, oh my God, yes, please, is because I know her from other stuff when she was younger.
Right.
And this is on par, like 30-year-old Minnie Driver. But now that I know she's 54,
right,
it makes it even hotter.
Okay.
So I vote yes.
I mean,
I would.
I'm not. It's not like if she shows up, it's like, hey, you think I'm pretty? I'd be like, sure.
Well, of course, yeah.
Right, but
I was expecting like what we saw from like Carmen Electra. No, not who was it? It wasn't Carmen Electra. It was Yasmin Bleeth.
Yeah.
I was expecting Yasmin Bleeth.
That was during COVID. Nobody looked good during
She
COVID.
was walking her dog.
51 years old today, Portia de Rossi.
Lesbian.
You ever wanted to ride in her Porsche?
I did, dude. Because I know you never watched this because you hate funny things.
Right. Unless it's Tropic Thunder, Ace Ventura, or the Pink Panther movies. I probably didn't see it.
What was the name of the TV show she was in with?
While you're thinking
Arrested Development.
No, I never watched.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, as I'm pointing at you on camera, Colby, look at the camera.
Okay.
You would love everything about Arrested Development.
It's
quirky. It's dark.
Uh-huh.
It is everything that you are. I mean that in the nicest way. And she's in it and she's hot.
See, I have me. I can just be funny for me. I don't need that. I don't need that in my life. I need to be entertained by, things blowing up, boobs and
There's plenty of boobs in it.
action heroes.
Portia de Rossi's boobs.
By the way, I kind of want to see that new action movie, Monkey Man.
Does it show his boobs?
I mean, I'm sure he's bare chested at some point during the middle of that.
Monkey Man. I haven't seen that.
It's a trailer. It's another Peele movie from.
Oh, I'm out. Yeah, I'm out.
No, but he does really good movies about, like dumb things, right?
Wait, which one's the bald guy? Is that
That's
Keegan Michael Key or Jordan Peele?
Jordan Peele's the guy that has directed all these movies that you don't think are going to be good until you end up at the movie and you're like, oh my God, this is good.
So he's the dude with the hair that did Twilight Zone and all that?
Yeah.
Okay, no, I'm out. He's not funny. The other one's funny.
I mean, he's funny in Key and Peele. But in the movies, he hasn't been trying to be funny. He's tried to throw you for a loop a little bit. And every single time I'm like, oh, hey, this is how it felt when M. Night Shyamalan was doing something good. Before you felt like at the end of the movie, you just got Shyamalan.
Okay, again, the next good thing M. Night Shyamalan does will be the first.
I mean, he had a couple of movies where you're like, wow, that was really cool.
Which ones were they?
I don't remember right now. I just remember
The Village?
Remember those were really cool.
Did you like The Village?
No, he died. There was a time when you're like, M. Night, oh, cool, I'm gonna go see it. And then immediately after that, there was a time it's like, oh my God, I got duped again.
Signs. I felt that way about every M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Signs was one of those where it's like, yeah, this is gonna be cool. And then you get there and you're like, wait, what?
Wait, that's it?
What happened? I got Shyamalan.
I feel like we get Shyamalan to every show.
Nolan Ryan turned 77 years old.
Are you? Oh, Jesus Christ, Colby. Jesus in a Twinkie coat.
You, sir, are the hostess with the most.
Wait, you get one for that. You get a car. You get a car. Oh, Jesus.
Johnny Rotten turned 68 years old.
Porn star?
I mean, he was
he
the Sex Pistols.
Sex Pistols, that's right. I knew that. He's how old? Or he died when?
He didn't die. He's 68.
I thought he was dead.
No, he's 68.
So his career's dead. What do you think 68-year-old Johnny Rotten looks like? And do you think that's his real name?
No, it's not his real name.
You know his real name?
I mean, it was written down, but I didn't care what his real name was.
Nobody does.
I guess I wanted Portia de Rossi to be on here because she's down here twice.
Is she really?
Yeah.
She's having 2 birthdays today.
She's got 2 birthdays.
One for each boob.
Kerry Washington turns 47 years old today.
And who is that?
She is an actress.
Okay.
She's been in a few things that right now, I just knew who Kerry Washington was.
Let's see if I recognize her.
You probably will.
Kerry Washington - oh my God, Ham. Dude, where would I know her fine work from?
I don't know. Maybe just look at what film she's been in since you're on her page.
Penthouse?
No.
Dude. All right. Be checking that out later.
Justin Timberlake is 43 years old today.
Are you serious? 43?
He is 43.
Colby, how many NSYNC songs can you name?
Did they do Bye Bye Bye?
They did.
Okay.
So 1?
Pretty sure that's it.
I mean, that's pretty good. It's probably about the only one I know, but I applaud their entire catalog. I mean, there ain't no New Kids on the Block, and there ain't no Backstreet Boys. Like, they would be 3rd on my list of boy bands.
I mean, I also know his solo stuff.
Sure.
Cry Me a River.
Pretty sure it sounded just like that.
Yeah.
And is there another one? Hello, hello, hello.
That was the name of his breakout album.
Should have been.
No, damn. I mean, no. If NSYNC does a comeback tour, the name of that tour should be Hello, Hello, Hello.
I think they already did a couple. But Justin Timberlake's in one of my favorite movies of all time. And by the way, he is a good actor.
He is a pretty good actor.
Real good actor, but one of my favorite movies ever is Trouble with the Curve.
Oh, is it? It's not the one where they have like the time that they're going to live on.
What was that called? That was good too, though. Was he in that?
On their wrist? Wasn't he not in that? That's like the only movie because I've never seen Trouble with the Curve.
What's a sports movie? Why would you watch it?
Yeah.
Clint Eastwood's in it. And hot Amy Adams is in it.
Lois Lane's in it. That's pretty cool.
Who's Lois Lane?
Amy Adams.
In what?
Did you just high pitch?
What is she Lois Lane in?
In Zack Snyder's Man of Steel. And
was she really?
Yes.
I mean, I saw that.
Yeah, and you. I mean,
I've had a lot of Fireball tonight, Colby.
Oh, and Jackie Robinson. It's his birthday.
Oh, you can't do that with Jackie Robinson.
I left him as number 1, sir.
But you like. Oh, and by the way, Jackie Robinson too. You can't do that. Racial.
I am not from Friends, sir.
Why did our music stop?
I don't know. You're dumb.
I am dumb. I can't believe you did that to Jackie Robinson.
He was number 1 on the list.
And his wife, Jackie Joyner Kersey.
I don't know if that's how that works.
Think that's accurate?
No.
Accurate?
So there you go. There is your list of famous people birthdays.
1972, right? Is that what you said?
1972, correct.
Well, I didn't think it was 1872.
Well, you know.
Or 2072.
Hadn't made it there yet.
Probably when I'm going to die, 2072.
Jesus.
I want to be 101 years old.
You're going to be around for a long ass time.
101. I'm going to see flying cars.
You're going to still do this podcast.
I was promised flying cars in middle school.
Yeah.
Before I died.
Still want the levitating skateboard.
I want Rosie the robot from the Jetsons.
You know what? Maybe coming up at some point, we'll do future things that we wanted. That didn't happen.
You want flying skateboards, and I want Rosie the robot.
Well, you know, we're not going to do it now.
Okay, all right. Good call. We're already like an hour behind. I think it's 10 o'clock. All right, Colby, my good. Jeez, there's some.
What day is it?
There's some. We did that earlier.
Okay.
So there's a lot of goods on here, man.
There is a lot of goods on here, man.
There's sports goods. There's acting goods. There's music goods.
Yep.
And now there's a black good that I didn't even hear about until just now. A blood. Is that a new category of blood? I'm glad the music's playing right now. All right, Colby, I got mine. You ready? You still here? Still on the show? Did you walk out yet? I'm going to have it, but I can't see because I'm crying right now. All right, I don't care who you are. I cannot vote. I don't even care if you're Jackie Robinson. Although you are maybe the goodest good of all time.
Okay.
So
we have said in the past, if you are so good that you're just automatically put into a great category. And every time you're on the list, it's just to know that you're everybody's good and you should be everybody's good. So you're put into a great category.
And we have bads like that too.
We do. Like when Adolf Hitler's birthday.
Well, he's automatically bad.
He's automatically bad.
So Jackie Robinson is in the great category.
He is in the great category.
So we don't have to say he's our good.
It's like him and Keanu Reeves.
I mean, yes. Harrison Ford?
No, not yet. No,
not yet.
Get off my plane.
Get off my plane. Colby, Nolan Ryan is my good.
Why does it have to be snakes?
I was just going to keep quoting. I almost said quoting Nolan Ryan.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, Robin Ventura, come here. It's a direct quote from Nolan Ryan. My bad, Colby. Damn, dude.
Right.
All right, Johnny Rotten's my bad.
Oh, poor Johnny Rotten.
Well, because there's no one else. Kerry Washington definitely is not my bad.
No.
Portia de Rossi's got nice boobies. And Mini Driver's still hot. Ernie Banks. Okay. My ugly. Oh, this one's going to be easy. Oh, wait. We can't double up, can we?
No.
All right, Colby. My ugly. Goes to Ernie Banks. Well, he's been dead for 9 years. Probably doesn't look very good right now. Just saying. Because we go based on today, right?
Right.
Yeah, so he's probably not looking very good. I mean, Jackie Robinson's probably looking worse. Been a lot longer.
I'm just going to let you keep struggling on this hook.
Colby, back to you.
All right. By the way, screw you, Facebook birthdays. We don't care.
Well, we only had a couple, and you want me to do it?
No, I don't. Not anymore.
All right, I'm going to give shout outs. Kim Carruthers, Beth Lamar, Jeff Goff, my ex double fake pretend girlfriend, Marcy West from Firehouse 52. You know who you are and where you are and what you're doing right now. And there is a hot, but she's got a really cool husband, fireman.
Okay.
That's a really cool dude. So I will respectfully say, Kara Williams, happy birthday. You're one of the top 5 hottest chicks I've ever met in my life, but you've been married the whole time I've known you. So, hi.
So my good, you went Nolan. I'll go Ernie Banks.
Okay.
Just cause.
Acceptable.
I mean, that's always Nolan.
Yeah.
Right. So,
Yeah.
my bad has got to be Mini Driver.
Colby. Why? Because she's a Brit?
Actually, no. My bad will be, I'll double down with you on Johnny Rotten, even though I don't believe it. Because my ugly has to be Mini Driver. And mainly because if you were to do a live action Mickey and Minnie, all you'd have to do is put ears on.
Wow. You're just making a mockery of your own segment is what you're doing.
That's what I think.
Making a mockery of your own segment, sir.
There you go. There's our good, bad, and ugly. As
I guess.
You can tell us where we're wrong. You can tell us where we're right. You can tell Tim to stop saying the word variety.
214-937-0569. Let's hear from you on the Fan Street Sports text line or at IndyCarTim, at Colby Sapp with 2 P's, at Colby Tim Show, all on the X, or on YouTube if you're watching. We'd love to hear from you because right now Colby has a very special after-school special version of the Mystery Shotgun.
Yes. Welcome into Colby Sapp's Mystery Shotgun. I am your host, Colby Sapp, along with Pod Racer Tim. We've got some things to get into, and the main thing I want to get into is the world of the WWE. So Friday, past Friday, Vince McMahon resigned from his role as executive chairman of the WWE and parent company TKO. And this was following accusations of sexual assault and trafficking that, if you want to read this lawsuit or charges or whatever you want to call it, placed against, I don't know. I'm not an attorney. It's like 67 pages of depicting what all Vince McMahon has done wrong. And it gets pretty deep into the just debauchery that's of this 67 pages. I'm not going to go into it, but it's pretty bad, and it might involve bodily fluids.
I was going to say it.
And also like offering this young lady up to other people as part of like contracts, laughing or not.
We call that a party favor back in high school, Colby.
That's called trafficking now.
Oh, so it's
Yeah.
unacceptable now.
That's I mean, it was
I was-
it was unacceptable then.
Okay,
Just
back in the
nobody
day.
nobody knew.
Oh, it was the 80s.
Right. And this, you want to talk about bad timing on this. Now, from what I understand, and if you've done more research than me, then you can let me know. But from what I understand is that this was all last year, maybe even almost 2 years ago. It feels like could be just last year when Vince stepped down and was no longer the chairman of the WWE.
Mhm.
And that's when Triple H started being, him and Stephanie started being in control of everything, and everything seemed to get better as far as how the storylines were going, and it was more for the people, and it felt a little bit better, and because Vince stepped down. Well, come to find out, it was because of she had like thrown a lawsuit at Vince.
The woman that's named in the lawsuit,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
Yes. She threw a lawsuit, and apparently they paid her off. But
Or did they?
they didn't follow through with paying her completely off. And so she's like, hey, y'all still owe me money. So you going to pay me, or am I going to do other things legally? So this all came out. And
So let me ask you this from a personal standpoint. So she files a lawsuit because of this.
right.
But in the lawsuit now, we also find out she accepted a bribe to keep quiet.
Right.
And the only reason she's coming forward with the lawsuit is because she didn't get her money.
Didn't get all of her money.
Didn't get all of her money.
Right.
As a judge, I might be inclined to just throw this the hell out. Not excusing what happened to her,
Right.
right? Not at all. But the fact that you're okay with just taking the money to shut the hell up, and the only reason now you're coming forward is because you didn't get your money. That sheds an even darker light on you.
Well, here's the thing. If I was in her shoes and they were like, all right, well, you go away for this amount of money, I would struggle with that, but then be like, yeah, it kind of keeps my name out of everything. And I just get this money and I can try and forget for that amount of money. And,
I don't think that was enough money to do that, though.
but if I thought that was enough money for
Right.
me to do that,
Sure.
then cool. But then you're like, oh, but you only gave me half of that money. So not only,
Did you mention what the amounts were?
I think it was like 3 million and she only got 1.5 million.
Yeah.
That's at least that's the numbers that have been quoted to me.
Right.
Again, I don't do enough research on things because this
They don't read
and not unless it's read to me, man.
on an audio book.
That's right. By R.C. Bray. It has to be R.C. Bray or nobody.
So would you listen to that entire 67 pages
If
he read it?
it was read to me by R.C. Bray, then yes.
In a world.
Yes. I would. And it would and I'd probably find it interesting.
Yeah.
All of it. Yeah, man. And then I didn't get that money. Like all of it that I thought I needed to just escape and be
To
rid of it.
forget. Yeah.
Then yeah, I'm coming after you. Fine. This is yeah, no, and I would have done exactly what she did. I would have been like, yeah, here you go. Release it.
Yeah. And I'm not excusing that part of it. I'm just saying when it does get to court, they'd be like, well, if you got all your money, none of us would ever know any of this. So really you're in it for the money.
No, that was enough for me not to file
Right.
these charges.
I'm just playing devil's advocate for the court, right? Because they're going to come at her. The defense will come at her with stuff.
Oh yeah, they will. They will.
I'd come at her.
Easy.
Well, apparently she is.
Good God, no.
You
Apparently
almost
not.
agreed with me.
No, yeah, no. I'm kind of astounded in what you're saying in this. You go read. Just go read some of it
I'm going to read the testimony.
because that's all I was able to make it through.
Because it was
But
bad stuff,
it
right?
was-
Like
it
it
wasn't-
was, yeah.
It
yeah.
was no. It was like no, and I kept thinking if she's somehow like related to me or something along that lines, I think I would have already maybe tried to assault somebody.
Right.
in one way, shape, or form. No, it's bad. Now, these things are never going to read good if you're making accusations against somebody or quoting what happened. But what's been astounding to me was the amount of old wrestlers that did work in the WWE that now have like podcasts and such, like Eric Bischoff, Jeff Jarrett, guys like this that are,
Chris Jericho in that list?
I haven't seen anything out of him.
But was he one of those old? Because he's got a really popular podcast.
Yes, but I haven't seen anything.
Okay.
I haven't looked for Chris. I've just basically, it's popped up in my feed because I was interested. Like Eugene has a podcast and he was talking about it, and all of them aren't like, let's wait and see.
They're pretty positive it's right.
All of them are like, oh yeah, no, this is bad. This is real bad.
Because they probably knew.
And even though I know there's a lot of times there's like bad blood between promoters and wrestlers and such like that, you never want to totally burn a bridge with anybody, especially when they're the top dog in the company, afraid that he might regain power again with the WWE, and then he's now in charge, whether you get to go run through there again or, have something happen with them and get a big paycheck. So a lot of times nobody's going to say anything. And the fact that they're all like, yeah, it's pretty expected, or, or even just, this is horrible and toxic. And it's at a really bad time for the WWE because the Royal Rumble was really, really good. And that's not to put it together, but it's their product and also their name getting run through because Vince McMahon was a big part of what was going on with the WWE. And I mean, they just had things happen right for them where their stock was going through the roof with what was going on with the actual shows, how popular some of their guys were getting, and then the Netflix deal. Everything was coming up roses for. I mean, it was there. They were jumping over the ravine and they were escaping Roscoe Pico train, and AEW was done. And during the middle of the jump, the hit a tree. Tree just jumped out of nowhere like they were George of the Jungle. And
Poor planning.
Just that tree just jumped out and hit us. And it's not great for what's going on because the storylines that are going on in the actual wrestling business they're finally coming through with some of the things that you felt like should happen. And now it's taken a lot of people that are wrestling fans and looking at this because of how big Vince McMahon's name is with that particular wrestling organization. You're like, crap, this was all going on while
this was happening.
While I was enjoying, watching the product that the person that I was giving my entertainment dollars to this is how you spent it. And if these things are true and until it's, proven that they are true, that's the way you kind of got to handle it. But if these things are true, I'm baffled. I'm baffled because you're a billionaire with a B, right? And you can pretty much walk into any place you want to with that kind of money. And there is somebody that will willingly do pretty much some of those or any of those things really that you were forcing somebody to do to keep their job.
Especially in this world. And with your connections with who you are, you can find somebody.
Right. And you'd be like, look, I mean, I would like somebody to help me out in this situation. Yeah.
I would like someone to put a fruit roll up around my penis.
Man, why'd you drag it back to that? But no, man, you could, that ability was there to be done in private or whatever, or just be like, hey, and these, some of the wrestlers that are involved that were named, or not actually named, just said this particular wrestler, this particular time. People have kind of added it up and think that it might be Brock Lesnar was part of it. It wasn't quite named, but people are running with that name. If it's not Brock, then the fact that I said it on this podcast. Apologize to you, Brock, but that's who people are running with.
Colby's just saying reportedly. It might have been Brock.
And I just don't understand. I don't understand the need to, because that's all that is a power and an ego, and really to be the guy with the mustache with the girl on the train tracks, right? That's your need to be that, which nobody's ever wanted to be that guy, but somehow Vince McMahon, if these are right, needed to be that guy. And that's despicable.
Mm-hmm.
That's vile, despicable, gross. Again, if these accusations are, everything is correct and everything is true with what she said happened, then, I mean,
and all indications are that things are leading that way, that it was true.
Right.
Just based on other.
Vince McMahon, of course, has come out and said he's ready to defend himself to the end, and none of these accusations are true, and they're gross lies.
Right.
And I'm going to tell you, as far as public opinion, you can't say that all these things are gross lies, and then you go back and you hear some of the backstories of the stories on wrestling that he wanted to do that got turned down. Like saying, because his daughter was pregnant and he wanted to run a wrestling angle where it was his baby. And you start seeing crap like that, and you start putting two and two together, and then he shows up with, the next time we see him after him like taking a hiatus for whatever reason, where there was these accusations and you paid this lady off or what, and you come back with the evilest pencil mustache that has ever happened.
Dastardly mustache.
In the history of ever. Have you seen this thing?
No. I'm looking it up. Maybe I'll get a picture of it.
Look up Vince McMahon now. And find the one where it is quite frankly, it is the most evil looking fake mustache you will ever see in your entire life.
Colby.
It's bad.
Colby.
It's bad.
What's he doing?
I don't know. I guess when you get power crazy.
How old is Vince McMahon? 80?
Yes. You just go with complete hair dye and
okay. That's what I was about to say. First of all, what accents all of this is, I guarantee you, both the mustache and the hair have been dyed.
Oh yeah. No.
As we are 5 seconds away from screen time. You ready, Colby?
Yes, I am. You can't do that.
That is all hair dye, right? Like, even his eyebrows are dyed.
You can't have that is that not the most evilest mustache that you've ever seen in your entire life?
Well, it's not the Hitler mustache, the toothbrush.
It's not.
So it's the second most evil.
It might as well be. I get the same emotion from that mustache that I do from a Hitler stash. Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
So, like, if you were to picture Satan in a human form, it would have that mustache.
He wouldn't have the Hitler stash. He'd have the pencil above the lip mustache.
So, kind of makes you, again, it just kind of makes you struggle with, with this is all connected. Now, lucky for me, I don't connect what's happening, in the real world to my entertainment. Never have.
You never have. You can separate that. You can separate politics and entertainment.
Yep.
You're good at that. I'm not very good at that.
And I can just, as long as it entertains me, that's fine. We're good. So second part of the segment, just to let you know what's happening in the world of comic book movies. I'll try and segue out of that. It's been released on what movies we're going to get this year, and then what comic book movies we're going to get next year as far as the world of the MCU. And of course, we know we're getting Madam Web this year. It looks like Sony's still on par with giving us Kraven, which I don't know what they're doing with that movie. It looks like it's going to completely blow. Because they've taken the character and just went a total different direction with them. But that's this year. And then the year 2020 25.
In the year 2025.
That's when we'll get Deadpool 3, Fantastic Four.
Is it that far away?
Yes.
Why?
And they just
Already done filming it.
done filming it right now. Now they've got to edit
Just release it tomorrow.
everything else. Got to run it through test screenings. The Captain America New World Order that I've been talking about forever, that's still 2025.
And this is without Chris Evans, right? This is the new Captain America?
Yes.
Okay.
Thunderbolts, and then the reboot of Blade.
Are we done with Avengers?
No, because the Avengers movie will be 2026.
So that's upcoming, but it's new Avengers, not any of, well, but it's some of them, right?
Yeah, it's some of them.
All right. So I'm interested in new Blade.
Okay.
Wesley Snipes is 114 years old.
It's not Wesley Snipes.
Oh, so it is a true reboot.
Yes.
Do we know who it is?
Yes, it's
It should be the guy that plays what's his face in Avengers?
No, it's
The Black Captain America guy.
no, it's not.
What's his name? I know his name. I can't think of it right now. The actor, because he's in other stuff too.
It's Ali. It's I can't even say his name. Marshala Ali.
Okay.
No, he looks like he's going to be. I mean, he was in Luke Cage, the Netflix.
Was he Luke Cage?
No, he was the one of the
Okay.
bad guys in it.
Okay.
And like that guy, he can play everything. Just let him go.
I'm into Blade, man. Yes.
So again, that was the movie that saved everything.
Are they going to have the
this
two
month.
Corys in it too to fight the vampires?
No, this is not in connection with the Lost Boys.
Great would that be?
They just show up in a random car. We're the Frog Brothers.
We fight vampires.
We're gonna kill vampires.
Blade, you need our help, man. Like an episode of Scooby Doo.
Got any jobs that you can stake to us?
How great would it be if the Frog Brothers were on an episode of Scooby Doo?
You know what? I thought I saw the epitome of I would never have seen that again, because they have this Scooby Doo and Guess Who thing going on.
Yes.
And I turned it on the other night, and it was Scooby Doo guest starring Axl Rose.
God. In like the new Scooby Doo mysteries or whatever it's called, right?
Yes. So it's the play
Is
on.
it Faxel Rose? Is he fat?
No, it was skinny Axel.
So 80s Axel.
No, it was Kurt Axel, just
But I mean,
smaller.
in the body of a 80s
Right.
Axel. Yeah.
Well, of course, they're drawing you, so please draw the best version of me.
Here I am, your rocket queen.
Why aren't you covering GNR? I mean, that was pretty good.
Because I can do Axel. That's my favorite Guns N' Roses song.
Then why aren't you having a Guns N' Roses cover band is my question.
Because I can only do about one song before my voice leaves me. So I can also do Brian Johnson from AC/DC.
Of course, everybody can do Brian Johnson.
But yeah, no, I'm like, I can do one. And I did an AC/DC song, and I've done a Guns N' Roses song on stage before.
For Brian Johnson, you just have to be Miss Piggy, pissed off.
That is a good analogy.
Back! I need the sack! It's been too long. I'm glad to be back. Kirby! I hate you, Kirby! It's just an angry Miss Piggy.
Angry Miss Piggy.
Yeah.
Axel's a little harder, though.
Right.
It's more in the back of the throat. Said.
So there you go. There is your mystery shotgun. We would probably, after this, have a Amelia Earhart update. I don't know.
So yeah, we're gonna do like a 2-minute because I have to get to this because I have
Yeah.
so many questions. So take us a break.
So coming up next, Amelia Earhart news and notes. That's all coming up on the Colby IndyCarTim show.
Hello, sports fans.
FanStream Sports.
Hi, golfers. IndyCarTim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle.
Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there.
All right, guys, time to talk a little bit about Turf Life. You've seen the hats on our heads. You've been or seen the video of the studio. You've seen that the decals are all over the place. Turf Life. Man, it's the brand that salutes the consumer and industry players everywhere whose lives involve turf. What does that mean? That means if you play or have a business or, maybe you're a sports educator, you're going to be on turf at some point. So you live the turf life. So go ahead and tell everybody you live the turf life by having your Turf Life window decal or, the hat or the keychain or the something. Along that lines, just go to turflifeclub.com and become a turf head. That's what it's called when you live the turf life. You're now a turf head. And you can go join the club today, snag that window decal, or snag any other special Turf Life accessories and go over there to that website, which is turflifeclub.com, and get your stuff and show everybody that, man, I'm all about that turf life. And then you just kind of raise your coffee mug at them and go, yeah, turf life, baby. That's what it's about. And then that's the end of the commercial. Ding. That means it's done in microwave talk.
Hi, golfers. IndyCarTim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there. Hey, listeners, make sure you check out the brand new FanStream Sports in-studio text line. You can reach us during any of our live shows or 24/7 at 214-937-0569. That's 214-937-0569. Text us 24/7 day or night, and we'll reply to you and make you part of the show.
Coming back at you. Now, more FanStream Sports.
Dude, that gave me a headache looking at that. God almighty. Oh, God. We are the Colby IndyCarTim show.
Yep.
And we are taking full advantage of any and all fruit roll-ups that are around us right now.
Oh, my God. I mean, no, we're not right now.
I might have had to use 2 while I was in the bathroom just now. We are FanStream Sports. Find us on fanstreamsports.com. Download the FanStream Sports mobile app today to get all of our live and recorded programming. All of the latest programming at fanstreamsports.com. We appreciate you very much tuning in. Appreciate you commenting. Find us on the FanStream Sports studio text line, 214-937-0569. Appreciate you guys putting that number in your phone and reaching out to us 24/7. We don't have to be live for you to text us. We'll see it. Probably send you a nude back or something. I don't know.
Probably not. Don't worry about that. We won't.
And we won't do that. I mean, I won't be that drunk. I promise when I see it. Colby sees it before I do.
Yes.
Colby usually intercepts the FanStream Sports text line before I do, which is probably good for you guys.
Yeah, well,
But Colby, so, we don't just talk sports on this show.
No.
As a matter of fact, we very rarely talk sports on this show.
We have like one segment where we actually talk sports on your FanStream Sports.
We do.
Show.
We do. So one of the things in history, because I'm a history guy and you hate history.
Yeah.
I don't understand hating history. I don't understand how you can hate history. To me, it's fascinating. So one of the things that when I was very young, that I became fascinated with was the disappearance of Amelia Earhart.
Okay.
And no, she's not related to
Dale
Earhart.
Right.
Or Dale Earhart Jr.
Amelia is your mama.
I just want to race, Daddy. Amelia Earhart was the first woman to fly across the Atlantic Ocean.
Right.
She was a very acclaimed lady, female personology aviator back in the day. So
She was attempting to be the first, not just woman, but person to fly around the world. That was her goal. She departed in, this was 1937 when she was trying to do this. And she got really, really close. She disappeared somewhere over the Pacific Ocean on July 2nd, 1937, Colby. Okay. Disappeared from radar, disappeared from radio contact. Her and her navigator, Fred Noonan. Danny Noonan, no relation to Danny Noonan for the Cowboys, as far as I know.
Okay.
Or the Danny Noonan from Caddyshack. She was not, so the U.S. government, the Navy, of course, extensive search in the Pacific Islands where the last known spot where she was going, and then where she disappeared. 16 months. Why did I say it like that? Months.
I don't know. You've been struggling through this whole discourse of
16 months they searched for her.
You've gotten so sidetracked by your own words.
Nothing to be found.
I don't even know what she was trying to do.
Christian McCaffrey. So yeah, no, 16 months they searched for her and no trace, no wreckage, no bodies. They looked on the islands where she might have crash landed. They suspected that she went off course.
Right.
But you can only look, for so long, especially in the 30s, right? When they only had rowboats, I think, and like sketch carvings, like cave carvings. That's all they could use.
You said rowboats, but my brain said robots. No, just like old wind up
rowboats
out there just looking for
beady.
Need to find Amelia.
So there's been speculation that she was captured by the Japanese, because remember,
right,
this was full force World War II. America wasn't in it yet for another 2 years, but
it's probably a bad time to try and circumvent the globe,
especially the Pacific Ocean, right?
Yeah.
So she was on her way to the Howland Islands, which is part of the Japanese fleet at the time, from New Guinea. And why are you hiding? What'd I say now? You only hide when I say something. What am I doing?
No, you said she went down in the Pacific Ocean, and you probably don't want to go through, try and circumvent the globe at that time. You're like, yeah, especially there in that area. And it's like, yeah, specifically that.
Okay, I got you.
And then
I will offer you this. I will offer you this, Colby.
I couldn't think after that. So I just...
Fish had hold of my nipple.
So it's been ever since then. Now we're 90 years, 85 years, whatever. Since then, no one's ever found her. No one's ever found a trace. Again, speculation was that she was captured by the Japanese because it was World War II. And of course, the Japanese were ruthless people, just being stupid, because that's what people said back then. So, but now, Colby,
they were of the ruthless.
Very recently, sonar imagery of a spot in the Pacific Ocean where she was thought to have gone down with her navigator, Fred Noonan, has maybe turned up some evidence.
Okay.
Because a underwater sonar picture.
They've pinged her.
They may have pinged her. To ping her. I mean, not her. She wasn't very attractive, Colby. So they did a sonar imaging of the ocean floor. For those of you that don't know, sonar uses sound waves to measure the distance from the surface to the bottom. Good luck with your bottom. And they found an anomaly, Colby, but it is 16,000 feet below the surface of the water. For those of you that don't understand what 16,000 feet is, that is literally just over 3 miles. It's like 3.03 miles.
Sounds kind of deep.
3 miles under the surface of the ocean. I didn't know the ocean was that deep. Actually, I probably did.
Yeah, you did.
Got wives who were that deep too. And they found an image. And Colby, I'm going to put that image on your screen. And remember, this is 3 miles below the surface of the ocean. And you tell me,
it's a boy.
Does that look like an airplane?
No.
You don't think so?
Maybe.
I mean, I can see it.
It also could be a very big anchor.
Okay. Remember, you're looking 16 miles down.
Uh-huh.
Is that going to be an anchor?
I mean, I don't know how big anchors get.
Well, not that big.
Okay.
So they have what they were going to do, because you were all over this in pre-show when I told you about it. Why aren't they down there yet getting her, picking her up? Why don't they go down and get her? Is she still alive?
No, I mean, I didn't say that.
Oh, you didn't say that?
No, yeah, break out the mini subs, man.
So yes, this is.
Hook up the PlayStation controller.
So it is. This image was taken roughly 100 miles from the Howland Island, where that was her next stop, where she was supposed to land to refuel. So it's in the exact spot where she should be. If she was on course and she just ran out of fuel early, because maybe she was off course, because they suspect that she ran off course very early after leaving New Guinea.
Uh-huh.
But then they adjusted and found, but because they were so off course early, they didn't have fuel to get there. But clearly, if this is her, like, they figured out their course and she was right on course to get there, they just ran out of fuel. So they found this, and in the next year, they're supposed to put together the dive team, the robot. No, well, not a team. You're not going to go 3 miles down as a human being, but you know, the robots like they did for the Titanic,
right?
Which, by the way, was only 12,000 feet underwater.
Right.
This is 16,000 feet underwater.
It's a little farther.
They're even talking about possibly, if it is an aircraft or some structure, raising it to the top.
Just attaching some balloons to it.
Yeah, there's going to Mark.
They're going to send
that noise I just made.
Sound wave down there.
Okay, but Colby, here's why I wanted to just talk. Not just because this is kind of exciting for me, because it's possible that we figure out what happened to Amelia Earhart in my lifetime, and to me, that's kind of cool.
I am Soundwave.
Because
I'm here to get plain.
Has to go back to the Autobots, doesn't it? Because for me, like, that's kind of cool, because I grew up as a kid, like, interested in this whole thing, and like, now that we could possibly, just like the Titanic, right? I grew up as a kid interested in the Titanic when it sunk, never thinking we'd ever know what happened to it or where it was.
Uh-huh.
Well, I mean, they found it. We've seen pictures, right? So that was kind of cool to me when it happened. This is kind of the same thing. If they actually find her plane underwater, 16,000 feet, 3 miles down, that'd be kind of cool for me as a person, because I was like, we never thought we would find. Imagine we find out what happened to JFK. We find the conclusive evidence.
Right.
We know who killed him. Like, that would be pretty cool, right?
I mean, I already did.
You don't even care.
I read the Stephen King book. I know what happened.
Stephen King wrote a book about JFK?
Yeah, dude.
Okay, I can't wait to read the way I talk about that off the air. I've never heard of that. But to me, this would be really cool. But here's my thing. And I would like to draw your attention back to the picture that's on your screen.
Uh-huh. I just thought the screen froze.
What if that's not something we're supposed to find? What if that's not her Electra? What if that's not her airplane? What if that is something else we're not supposed to know about and that doesn't know about us? And now we're going to send a submarine down and say, hey, man, what's up? By the way, we're up here.
Yeah.
You want to come talk to us?
And it's like, it's been just the lizard people been living down there.
Yeah. It's what if it's Godzilla or something similar?
I think Godzilla's bigger in a plane.
But this is 16 miles. We don't even know how big it is. I mean, they think they know how big it is.
Right.
But what if it's a baby Godzilla?
I mean,
that's not bigger than a plane
yet.
But he's going to be bigger than so it's going to take them a year to put together funding and technology and stuff to actually go down there with a submarine.
How screwed up, and here's the thing, and how screwed up is it is if they go down looking for Amelia Earhart's plane, and your idea that this is something else actually does happen, and then it's like we've unleashed like an alternate like multiverse dragon thing on our planet, which ends up connecting worlds. You know what the most fucked up thing about this whole thing is that all of us are going to be like, okay, yeah, we know.
Tim predicted it.
No, we're just from all the movies and everything.
Yeah, we won't be surprised, right?
It'll be desensitized. There won't be panic in the streets. Yeah. Like when aliens finally do come to, Earth,
right?
And like actually announce themselves that they're here, it's gonna be like, hey, that's cool. What do they got to say? Nobody's going to be like, oh, no. No. Well, I mean, there'll be a few people. The rest of it's going to be like, all right, cool. That's the reason why our cell phones are awesome.
There'll be a few people.
There'll be a few people that panic. The rest of us are going to be like
The Amish people will panic
lucky for us. They won't know until a lot later.
until it's too late
Mhm.
because they don't have the phones. Anyway, that's like my concern. Like maybe we shouldn't go 3 miles deep in the ocean.
I'm sure we've already went 3 miles.
No, I bet we haven't. I mean, I haven't. Have you?
No, but I think we as a human race have been down there before. At least
Dude, that's a long way.
At least with like subs or something.
Robot subs, right?
Yes.
Anyway, look, as excited as I am, and I am genuinely excited. For those of you that know me, you know I love history and I love crap like this. I like live for crap like this. And I want to know what happened to Amelia Earhart. If this is her plane, there's skeletons in the seats, I promise you, and it's her and Fred Noonan. They didn't get eaten by a tribe in the Howland Islands like everybody thought. They got eaten by cannibals. That's been going around forever.
Well, I mean,
I'm not sure I want to know.
If it's their plane, do you think they're still with their plane? They're not still with their plane.
If they crash landed because they ran out of fuel and got knocked unconscious or something upon impact, they're still in their seats. The bones are.
At some point.
Oh, wait, the bones disappear. It would be their clothes. Like on the Titanic, right? Because all the bones are gone, but the clothes and shoes and stuff are still there.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, that's the thing. Because of the pressure of the ocean, like even bones dissolve under the pressure, especially 16,000 feet down. But the clothes, like on the side of the Titanic crash, that's why there were like shoes next to each other, because that's where a body was when it sunk. But the bones and everything have deteriorated because of the pressure, but the shoes and clothes are still there.
Huh.
It's really weird. You didn't know that?
No.
See, history's cool, right?
I mean,
Just want to hear you say it.
Didn't care.
You asked, though.
Because you were wanting to tell me.
You were intrigued.
You had the face of, I really want to tell you this information.
Did. We need to do a Titanic episode sometime and just play Celine Dion music in the background. I know you're waiting for this, aren't you?
Yep.
It's like, please.
Thank you, Tim. Thank you, me. Thank you for making it sound good. News and Notes is where I search the World Wide Web for the weird.
Internets.
And by God, I found it. By the way, we brought this up earlier in the show, and I'm going to tell you now, if I had the thing that the future promised to me and it was here right now, it would have to be the holodeck from Star Trek.
That's what you would want?
That's what I would want.
They already have those.
No. I want that actual thing where you walk in and everything changes. You can still see you.
They have those.
But you're like in different clothes.
You should read more science fiction magazines like I do. Like that exists.
As you're wearing a helmet.
No. They have rooms now that are virtual reality rooms.
Right.
But like the entire room are like video screens.
I understand that part, but I'm talking about where it generates people and you can now touch these people because of laser fields and stuff.
Would you immediately go to a porn scenario?
I'm doing every scenario.
Are you Darth Vader?
Every one of them. I'm doing the one where I'm sparring, I'm fighting like every day. I'm doing all kinds of things.
Oh, I wouldn't be fighting every day. I would be making love every day, Colby.
I mean, just thinking about walking into a holodeck and pulling up my Tim program and just beating the fuck out of that guy would make me excited. Like not in my pants. But
probably going to happen at some point on the show.
Just in my hands. It would just make me excited. Just, having one of these shows where it's like been derailed and then I started trying to derail, but then Tim pulled us into another ditch and we just went from ditch to ditch to ditch to ditch. And then I realized at the end of it, we talked about history for a whole segment. And I just want to kick Tim in the nuts. I can now go home if I had a holodeck and just poof, there's Tim.
Because I made you like history. Mm-mm. You know you did. You enjoyed that conversation.
So there you go. So the holodeck would be the thing I would want. Tim would probably want a time machine.
To go back before we had that segment?
Yeah.
And double up on the segment.
Mm-hmm. So let's go from there to your weekly reminder to not turn your your grenades into Goodwill. By the way, I never want
to go donate my grenades, Colby.
I don't ever want to be the person that has to pull out of the dono box at Goodwill. That has to be one of the, because you never, it's not like a box of chocolates, but it is like it because you're never sure what you're going to get. because it's just an open box. I mean, people can go throw anything in there that they think is worth something, or sometimes mistake it for a trash can. So they were pulling stuff out of the dono box when they pulled out a Japanese type 99 hand grenade with the pen still in it. That has to be stable. Because, by the way,
the pin's still in it. It's safe.
Is pen still? No, I mean, is it really? It's like from World War II.
I don't know anything about Jap grenades.
It's from World War II.
Japanese.
I don't think grenades were meant to, have a long shelf life. I'm thinking.
But they're also supposed to be safe with the pin in it.
Supposed to be.
But do you want to take that chance?
And probably all during World War II, they were safe with the pin in it.
Would you take that chance?
I mean, no.
Would you carry that grenade between your legs?
No.
With fruit roll up around it?
So so the people at this Goodwill, by the way, was in Wisconsin. People at this Goodwill didn't know what it was at first. And then one of the managers was like, that has a pin in it. And immediately took it outside and took it behind the dumpster and then just kind of left it and called the cops.
Like maybe they thought it was a model of something or a paperweight.
Because it didn't look like, the pineapple or something like that.
Right.
It just looks like a little can
with
a top on it that has a
pin in it.
Has a pin in it. So they called the cops. Cops came out and then, bomb squad or whatever took it away. And they came back to the Goodwill later to say, by the way, yeah, it was a good thing you did that because it exploded. We pulled the pin, in a testing field and, threw it and it exploded. It was still a live grenade. Can you imagine the person has it in dono box and they're like, well, what is this? Oh, it comes out.
Hey, look, this comes.
I mean, it's not going to start ticking or something, I don't think. It's just
it just goes off. You got like a second.
It's just going to go boom. So thank goodness that person didn't do that. But yeah.
Poor Goodwill.
But
they never figured out who donated it? Like there's records of those things.
In the dono box?
There's video.
There's video, yeah. But there's people just going by and just dumping boxes of shit in there.
I wonder if he was Japanese and he was trying to
They think it
blow
was
up America.
like somebody clearing out like somebody that passed away's junk room.
Yeah.
And they're just like, oh yeah, well, what are we going to do with the grandpa's stuff or whatever?
And he had a live grenade in his office this whole time.
You think you would have told somebody, by the way, that
maybe he did. They didn't believe him. Grandpa's crazy. He says it's a live Japanese grenade.
Kids are out playing football with it.
Playing catch with a baseball mitt.
So let's go from there to Florida, where Florida man makes a headline. So we're going to Ocala, Florida.
Ocala. That's good.
No, I just wanted to say it wrong.
Ocala.
Make you mad. So allegedly, a man who was naked, Michael DeCosta, 38.
Michael Dukakis?
Yes, it's Michael Dukakis. And he was only 38.
Nobody knows who that is, Colby.
No, there's like two people
Except
going,
us.
I got it. It's me and you.
Yeah, we're the only two.
And maybe John Gerber, if he's sober enough.
Probably doesn't know who Michael Dukakis is.
Dukakis? Who's Dukakis?
The poo-poo.
So he was arrested and charged. The reason why he was arrested and charged is because not only was he naked, but he busted into a thrift store, into a church thrift store while they were open.
Well, I hope.
Fully naked and grabbed a T-shirt and left.
We had to cover up.
Now, here's where you got to know that not full thinking was involved. Not only because he was
kind of like this show
naked, but you're fully naked, right? Now, however you,
it can be.
However you got naked, right? Whatever happened that ended up you was naked, you was naked. So the idea of quickly running into like a thrift store or a store of any kind to just try and grab clothes is not the worst idea. It's probably not the best idea.
But there would be worse, right?
There are worse ideas.
You're trying to fix the situation.
You are.
It's a weird way to do it, though.
But to automatically go, I'll grab this t-shirt. I'm looking for pants. I need to cover the boys and the butt.
So so if you it depends on the thrift store, but sometimes the women's is closer than the men's. They put the men's in the back.
Right.
So would you go to the women's and immediately look for like long nightgowns?
Well, first I'm going in with some sort of plan if I can. But again,
Better than I'm doing.
You're naked.
I am naked right now.
But I'm going in with some kind of plan. Like hopefully I know this store. And if you don't, then I'm now going in, and the first item of clothing I'm going to try and grab. I'm also going to try and walk in as nonchalant as possible. Maybe nobody will look at me. I'm not bursting into that MFer in a full sprint.
You don't draw attention to yourself.
No, I'm probably going to grab a shopping cart. Just so I can have something in front of me to like maybe cover some areas.
I think the first thing I would grab was a hat. Put on the hat.
But again, I'm not just going for the shirt now. I am going for something to cover my butt.
I'm not worried about my butt. I'm worried about the front.
Well, butt being bottom half.
Like a hat.
So anyway, he grabbed his shirt and left.
Of course he did.
Now, of course, police caught up to him because he was a bottomless dude walking down the road.
Hey, topless.
You know, he had a shirt. He stole it from the church thrift store. He had a shirt. But still just he was just nonchalantly walking. Yep, covered up now. I'm good. Dude, your penis is out. Shouldn't you do something about that?
I don't know. You tell me.
And finally, in the world of news and notes.
Fruit roll up around it?
Yeah. Bosnberry. Berhe?
Terrible name.
Is 25. He received a 100-year sentence with 30 years suspended.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
When they say suspended sentence.
Meaning that he will serve at least 70 years in a Fairfax County Commonwealth, whatever. You know why he's doing this sentence? He worked at a Target. And again, he's 25. Worked at a Target. And one of his coworkers took the lunch out of the community refrigerator that was Banz's.
Right.
And he killed him.
What?
On the spot.
Like no delay.
You took and ate my lunch. I kill you. And did it.
I mean, I get it.
I don't get the.
Depends on it what the lunch was.
No, and I don't get the killing part. I get to maybe punch him in the eye or something.
But he meant to kill him?
Yes.
He didn't accidentally kill him when he punched him.
Right. No, it wasn't like, oh, hey, oh, man, sorry, I hit you.
Sorry, I killed you.
No. It was choked this dude out to death.
Huh.
So, yeah. So.
Did that say what it was?
It doesn't say what the lunch was.
I want to know what the lunch was.
It's PB&J. It doesn't matter.
Okay, it's not worth it.
Nothing is worth it.
I mean,
no.
Ham and cheese and mayo, lettuce, tomato on wheat bread.
Again,
salt and pepper, oil and vinegar.
Maybe slapping somebody in the face, or maybe even breaking their nose.
Well, definitely worth breaking their nose,
but not worth killing somebody over.
Did you see what I posted? Not to get away from news and notes, but I feel like it's in the same category. Posted something about a story where a guy worked at an office, right? And his sandwich kept getting stolen out of the fridge.
Right.
So he planted a sandwich, and he knew who was doing it. Planted a sandwich and put a used condom inside the sandwich.
Oh, dear.
And then set up a camera in the break room and caught the guy on camera, not just stealing the sandwich, sitting in the break room, taking a bite of the sandwich with said used condom inside, and the reaction and all of it. It was great.
Sorry, I said that was the last one. Let me do one more.
Please.
Let's go to Japan, where 26-year-old Carolina Shino is now Miss Japan.
Hong Chung Chow.
She is the face of Japanese beauty. She's also a Ukrainian-born model.
Huh.
And she says, I am absolutely Japanese. Ukrainian-born model speaks on debate on winning Miss Japan pageant.
Colby, did they also hire a check 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3?
The annual Miss Nippon contest, which takes the title from his country's Japanese name, awards the tiara to the contestant representing the foremost beauty of all Japanese women. And the Ukrainian model won it, which my brain goes, how many pissed off Japanese women are there at the pageant where they're in the pageant supposed to smile and, be happy or whatever. And this round eye Ukrainian woman stands up there and wins the damn thing.
Let's call her a round eye.
Yes.
It's racial.
I would be mad if I was a Japanese woman. Don't mark that.
Too late.
I would be mad.
At the round eye?
Yes.
You said round eye multiple times.
You said it more than I have.
Do you know how racist that is?
From their angle, I understand it.
That's why you watch what's it called? Japanese cartoons. What's it called?
Anime?
Yeah, that's why you watch anime. Adamant.
So
you hate round eyes.
I'd be pretty pissed.
Is that the equivalent of a man posing as a woman and playing in a women's golf tournament and winning?
Not quite the equivalent, because it's it's still a woman's beauty pageant. And
but it's close,
yes,
right?
she is, like she lives in Japan, so she's from Japan.
But she's not Japanese.
But she's not Japanese.
She's not a slant eye.
That was racist.
If you can say round eye, I can say slant eye.
No, you can't. You want to know why?
Why?
Because I'm a round eye, sir.
Well, I'm part slant eye.
What variety?
Asian. You said variety, sir.
I did.
You just did the same thing you yelled at me for an hour ago.
Callback to an hour ago of your stupidity.
But you just made it okay.
No, I didn't just make it okay. I wanted you to try and stumble through that, which you just happily jumped into it and said, I like these waters. This is great. Somebody pee in this?
This water's nice and warm right now. I'm having a good time.
Okay, we're going to stop talking so that we can stop talking. I was going to throw it to Tim for an awful dismount, but he's awful at dismounts. And so
I'm good at dismounts.
Are you really? So we would like to thank every one of you that actually stopped by or downloaded this podcast in order to listen to whatever stupidity that is rolled out of our mouth. We'd also like for you to go ahead and tell everybody you can to check us out. Maybe they'll catch us on a good night. Maybe they'll actually catch us when we make sense, which is probably not going to happen because we don't do that often. But we do appreciate each and every one of you that take the time out of your days in order to actually listen to the words that come out.
Are you going to dismount this? You'd be yelling at me right now.
Yeah, but I've said things that actually made sense instead of just jumble bunny. But as we like to say here now and forever on this show, keep hitting them straight.
That's not what we say on this show.
Thank you.